Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we are going to make a really simple necklace using the remaining heart charm that came in our, that we got from Bead Box Bargains. So this is going to be a real simple crystal necklace. So let's turn down, I'll show you what I mean. So I've got our charm, then I've got 6 little round faceted crystals, a bail, a lobster claw, the lobster claw pieces to put it together, and piece to put the bail onto the charm. Now what we're going to do, I also have a whole bunch of little tiny jump rings here. What we're going to do is we're going to cut the heads off of these old head pins, and we're going to wind these guys up. We're going to cut some chain. We're going to split the chain every once in a while, and we're going to put one of these crystals in. So we're going to have now we're just going to, like I say, wrap all of these crystals up. We could hook this to the bail right now if we want, or we can do it later. But I'm just going to start wrapping our crystals up here. Now I'm going to put these on the chain with jump rings so I don't have to worry about hooking these directly to the chain. My stepped bell making pliers, and we'll make our beginning loop up and over and around, bring her over, straighten her up. So, well, for those of you who come and watch me regularly, I will be leaving on vacation. So even though I'm going to take my little tripod with me and stuff, and I always take a bag of goodies, and I will be, one of the things we're definitely doing is stopping at my favorite bead stores, which is Belladonna Beads in Garibaldi, Oregon, and Beluga Beads at Depot Bay. And then also there is a couple down lower than that. There's one in Florence, and then there's one in Newport. So we will see if I decide to go to all of them. If I do, I will try and bring you along with me. But I will be gone all next week. So there may not be any shows, and then there might be quite a few depending on how I feel while we're down there. So now I'm going to wrap these up. Tomorrow I have my first craft show of the season, so I actually should be pricing things that I don't have priced that I want to take, but I'm not, obviously. Though I still could this afternoon. I will be going to set up this afternoon, so maybe not. We'll have to see what I decide to do. That one is not tucking the way I want it to, so I'm going to push it down a little bit. and see if I can't get it to behave better. Oh, there we go. I think that was quite a bit better. Okay, I have these all wound up on one side with the bend in them, so we're going to get our step bell making pliers out again, and we'll go in and make our next bend, bring it around and straighten it. And then we'll do that to all 6 of these. Now that we have the bends in, now we're just going to start wrapping these up. So we'll grab hold of the loop, take our pliers, and we're going to wrap. Trim. You know, I'm going to get, these guys are special made for going into small spots, so I'm going to use them on these. And that's number 1 done. Now we have to do the other 5. So number 2, grab the loop. I flip it over because I find it easier to wrap from this side. Now we have 2. This one's a little sideways. See how it's dropped crooked there? We don't want that, so we're going to hold this and we're going to roll it a little bit so it sits right there better. So there's 2 done. Now I just have to do the other 4. Okay, now that we have all of these done, our next step is to cut some chain. And I'm thinking we want about an 18-inch necklace. But because we're going to have we're going to break it, and we're going to also put in our lobster claw, I'm thinking we'll want just 8 inches instead of the normal 9 I would normally get out. So there's 2 pieces of chain. But now we're going to cut that chain up because we're going to we want to insert our crystals here. So I'm thinking for the bottom one, I didn't think because this one is going to be different. It's going to be the bottom. So I'm just going to cut another 2-inch piece of chain. And we'll probably end up having to shorten the other chains because this is our chain where our bail and our little charm is going to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of these little jump rings. And I'm going to put it on one side of this chain. Then we're going to grab one of our crystals, put it on, and close it up. Then we're going to slide our bail on. Even though this is a very large bail, it won't go over that crystal. So now we want to open the second one up. And we're going to grab the other side of our chain here. Whoop, careful, baby. No, we have to have the bail on. Through there, grab a crystal, put it on. So here is what the bottom is going to look like, and we'll hook this guy onto here to, oops, a little off camera, aren't we? There we go. It'll be like this. In fact, let's just put it on right now. Let's get this this slightly larger jump ring. Go through and then through our bail. Close her up. So there is that portion. Now we have to decide how big of a length we want between our crystal pieces, and I'm thinking not very much, maybe that much. That's probably about 2 inches, I think. Yeah, just about. So we'll cut our chain here. And then I'm going to cut now I cut that from the same piece, which we may not want to cut any more after that out of that one, because we're going to get our length going here. We're going to open another jump ring. Now I'm going to cut a couple more of these, but I'm going to use the other length of chain to do it. So we will stick these two longer pieces over here till we need, actually I'm going to use those. And right now what we're going to do is we're going to start putting the rest of these pieces together. So okay, now that we've got all the crystals on, we have to decide on our final length for our necklace. And since I wanted it to be about 18, we only need about 2 more inches of chain. Let's see how much chain is here. If it's 4 inches, we'll just cut it in half. And it is. So we are just simply going to cut this one in half. Oops, come on, baby, don't go swinging too much there. There we go. And now we will just hook this last bit on, and this piece we will save for something else. So now, on one side, we will put hook to the crystal. On the other side, we will either put the lobster claw or the large one. I grabbed the large one first, so we'll just open that up and put that on this side. Now we get one more of these little guys. Hook the chain on the other side here. And now we get the medium one and the lobster claw. These little guys can get put back in their jar. There we go. We are done with our pretty little necklace with the crystal inlays in our chain. And let's see how long it ended up being. Oh, it's 20 inches rather than 18, but I think that'll be all right. So there it is. Get these put away before we lose them. And there is our necklace with our pretty crystals inside. This one is a tiny touch crooked, so we're going to straighten it here. There we are. So anyway, there is our finished little necklace with the remaining charm from Bead Box Bargains that was left over after we made the other earrings and necklace. And then these are just little bits of beading in crystals placed inside our chain. Now, I could have made this chain a little bit shorter, as far as, you know, taking about a ½ inch of chain out in both spots, and that would have made it a little shorter. Actually, it would have made it about the length I wanted, so I still could, if I wanted to, just cut a few links out of each one, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Anyway, this has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we made this really simple necklace today using this one charm left from our Bead Box Bargains. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.